Okay, let's go.
Hi there, welcome back to the range. Today I've got something really special to review, and I've been looking forward to reviewing one of these for a long time. We've never had one in the shop in the 15 years we've been in business, and it's the pinnacle of air rifle engineering. I've shot many air arms, air rifles, and many lesser ones, and the air arms are the best I've ever shot as far as the pre-charging pneumatics go. This is on a different level. This is the FX, and we've just received this, and I'll take you right through the box and the gun and everything about it, and we'll see how good it is. I'm really excited to fire this. I've never used one before. I've got no experience with it, so together we'll go on a journey and have a look. Right, so this is how it's just arrived. This is the box it came in. Okay, so if we open this up, first thing we notice, really nice case. Very, very nice case, proper professional. But it should be, because this is a $2,000 plus air rifle. This is certainly, from what I understand of these guns, this is next level engineering. And I'm really, really interested to have a look at this. So let's pop these catches open. It's a really nice, nice case here. Okay, so here it is. Right. In the top, we've got some nice diamond foam to keep everything in place. And the gun. Here it is. This is the FX M4 in the burnished bronze. This is beautiful. Okay, so let's go right through this gun. Engineering-wise, this is sort of almost aircraft quality. I'm sure they'd argue, it is aircraft quality. Mostly aluminium. Okay, we've got a shrouded barrel. Again, it looks like Kevlar, but it's actually probably aluminium. What a beautiful bit of kit, eh? Top of the range. Does it get any better than this in air rifles? I really don't know. I'm sure you'll let us know in the comments. So what comes in the box? Well, this comes in the box, which is a good thing. We've got a rotary magazine there. Okay, again, beautiful quality. We've got a little charging adapter, which will go onto this airline. This is for the Hatsan, but apparently you can just unscrew that, pop that one on there, and happy days. This is our air dive bottle I'm going to charge up with. We've got a little moderator, lovely little moderator there. Okay, and what else? We've got a target card. Ooh, so that's the target card. I'm going to look in the manual to see if it says how far that was shot. It doesn't say anything on here. It doesn't say how far away it was or anything. Or what pellets it was shot with, but that's the target card. I'm guessing there's probably 3 or 4 rounds in there. I don't really know, because it doesn't say on it. We've got the FX manual, which is going to tell us all about this beautiful bit of kit. Right, so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to quickly run through the features of the gun. Then we're going to stick a hawk scope on it, sports match mounts, and we're going to see if we can replicate at 20 yards their target card, and I'm hoping we can. Some of the programs we've done so far we've tried to get some accuracy with the air rifles with varying degrees of success. We've had some quite good ones. Some of the Hatsans turned out pretty well. This should be on another level. This really should be on another level. I certainly hope it is, and we're about to find out. Right, if we look at the gun, we'll go through the features of this gun. Now, one thing I can say, because I'd never seen one of these, I've just been through the manual and familiarised myself with some of the features of this weapon. The important stuff. Okay, so we'll go through that. We've got an adjustable recoil pad, which is made of hard plastic. Okay, and quite interestingly, here is the actual breech. So this magazine pops in here and actually is in the rear of the gun. Now, one thing, this gun only comes with one magazine, and I think if I was ordering one of these, I'd order 2 or 3 of these, preload them, and then you can just fire away and you don't need to mess around. It comes with 1 mag. The other thing we've noticed with this weapon is it's got loads and loads of Allen key attachments here, everything's Allen keys, very beautiful, but there's no Allen keys in the box, not even one. So you will need a really good high quality set of Allen keys to play with this weapon. Okay, so there is our breech. There's a little pressure gauge here, which is for our Plenium 750. Now, I don't know this because I'm not 100% sure this is correct, but I think the main tank basically feeds into this, and each shot is coming out of here as opposed to out of here. If we look at the Hatsan and Air Arms and so on, they have one tank, and the valve is on this in here, and basically each shot comes out of here. I think that this comes out of here. We will come back to that and confirm that. Okay, this is your cocking lever here. Nice, it's got that really nice mechanism, and the quality of this is next level. It's really, really nice. The lever, really nicely, is ambidextrous, so you can just undo that, pop it on there, and if you're a left-hander shooter, no problem at all. All right, but the magazine, from what I see, can only go in from the right-hand side, what I'm seeing. Okay. The trigger is multi-adjustable, up, down, left, right. It's got a whole load of adjustments, and the manual shows you how to do all that. I've just fired a dry round through this, and the trigger is exceptional, next level. It really is. It's really good. Here, we've got our safety. Okay, this is the safe and the fire. There's the safe on there, all right. This here, I'm going to take that little strip of plastic off there. There's a little bit of debris left behind. Okay, this is our pressure for our main bottle, which is here. Okay, the gun comes with a sort of it's hard rubberized. It's not plastic as such. It's more like a sort of hard rubberized finished grip. Really nice. This is all aluminium. It's all milled aluminium. It's just lovely. There's a Picatinny on the bottom, Picatinny on the side, another one here, so you can put lasers and all sorts of stuff on there. This here is your scope rail. Now, this moves. I've just loosened it a minute ago. You can move it. It's on a 9 to 11 millimeter rail. 4 screws. They do say that you've got to tighten them to 2 Newton meters for this to stay in line if you're using this. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to remove it and put on some Sports Match mounts, a Hawk scope, and I'm going to take this off. And the reason I want to do that is I want to get the scope as low onto the gun as possible. Right, on this side, we have, well, let's go to the bottom here. There's a little cap here. You remove that, and that's your recharging port there. And we'll come back to that in a moment. Very simple, pops on, very nice. This here is your power gauge, and you can adjust your power here. Just by turning this little wheel, you can adjust to whatever power you want. Now, this gun has come with 150 PSI in it from the factory. There's this little widget here, which also has something to do with the power, and we're going to figure that out in a minute. We haven't figured it out yet. We haven't used this gun. I've just dry fired it once, and we are going to now load it up and fire it. The weight, I'm guessing it's about 6 pounds. We'll stick the weight at the bottom of the screen. Dunk, there it is. Okay, so we're going to pull this off here, nice and gently. As I say, there are no Allen keys with this gun. So for FX, I would say it would be nice if they threw some Allen keys in, which cost them about, I don't know, 30 cents or something, and put in an extra magazine. Because who doesn't want an extra magazine? Everyone wants an extra magazine. Right, so that's how it looks without the Picatinny on the top. All right, now we are going to cut to the next shot, which will be the gun with the scope on. And the other thing that comes, this other thing comes in the box is a sticker. You can stick on your car window or whatever you want to do. All right, here we go. Scope. As you know, we love these Sports Match mounts. And one thing Sports Match do, which FX don't do, is they give you in the box the correct Allen keys. If I can get them out of the box. What? There's one falling on the floor. Another one somewhere. The box is sort of origami type thing, so you have to, anyway, they're here, look, 2 Allen keys. And I'm using the double screw ones, double screw on the rail, double screw on the scope. These are made in the UK, super high quality. If you can get these in America or wherever, I would highly recommend them. And it comes with 2 Allen keys, which we may be able to use on the gun. I haven't tried that yet, but I will do. All right, so the scope, we're using a Hawk scope. I've no idea what it is. I just grabbed it off the shelf. Let's have a look, shall we? The scope is a 4-12 by blah, 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 40 probably, 40. And it's got the parallax adjusting ring here. Okay, that is the Hawk scope. These are quite nice, a couple $100 in most shops. Again, it's out of the UK. It's a UK company, Hawk, but I'm guessing they are made in China, these, or somewhere in the Far East, but they are super high quality. We don't have any comebacks on these. They're really, really good. Okay, here we go. Right, as you just saw, what I tried to do just now is I took this off here, this Picatinny, and put on Sports Match medium mount. Now, it doesn't work. Even with this rail set down, the scope, the picture doesn't work very well. And what I was trying to do is get the scope as low onto the gun as possible. With this particular setup, that does not work at all. So what we've done is we've stuck this back on and we've come back to Sports Match mounts with the Picatinny fitting. So otherwise it's sort of same. It does lift the scope up off the gun significantly. I obviously don't think that's going to be a huge problem because they wouldn't build it like this if it didn't work well. Okay, so it's all tightened up. Now, these screws here are meant to be 2 Newton meters each. So to get that perfect, you would need a little torque wrench of some description. I've done it by hand, pretty much the way I felt that they came off, the same sort of tightness. That's something that you would, maybe in America or Europe, you'd better get a little torque wrench that does that. We're in Southern Africa and that ain't gonna happen. Right, so if I look at it here, oh, and we stuck the moderator on the end, as you can see. It's not a lovely design. It's sort of got a little ridge here. I think you might be able to buy aftermarket ones or different ones from FX that actually have a more sort of ergonomic look, which is a bit nicer. The barrel is shrouded. This is an aluminium shroud. Now, what's interesting with this gun is you can buy different barrels. You can get 177, you can get slugs, you can get a bigger barrel. You just unscrew the barrel, put it in, and the shroud is good to go. All right, so if we look at this, okay, that all looks really nicely lined up. We're now going to show you how to load the magazine, and then we're going to fire this baby. Right, I have jumbo pellets, Jumbo Exact JSB pellets, proper quality pellets, not the crappy gammos we've been using for a lot of our reviews. Right, these are more expensive pellets, but they're bloody excellent pellets. Here's the magazine. Right, let me show you how this works. Right, what we do is we unlock this here, and then we can remove the lid. That is, this ring here is the lock. You turn it around there, it's now locked. You turn it to here, okay, and you can now remove the lid off the magazine. It has some locking lugs and a little lug here, so it's very easy. You can only go in one place when you put it back. Right, now, we rotate this here, round like this, okay, so that's in the loose position. We then put tension on it like this. It's got really nice little finger divots here, which I like that. It's the first magazine I've seen like this that actually has those little finger divots. Nice JSB pellets. Right, here we go again, around here. What you do is you stick your finger on the back of the hole and you drop the pellet in, number 1 pellet into there, nice and tight, and then you can release your finger, and that will then, that first pellet then holds this and stops it rotating back. We will then load all the pellets, and this could take some time, so my cameraman's going to speed up the process. So here we go. Let's stick this thing back on here. There's our little locking ring thing cap that goes there. We then turn this back into place. Right there, that is now locked and loaded. Right, we haven't loaded this gun yet, so hopefully we can get this right. Now we pull the cocking lever back, and that opens the breech here. This kiddie should then slide in with a window at the back, so you can actually see. Oh, did you hear that? Beautiful, click. That's the beauty of the Swedish people. They know how to click things. Then to load the round, we then push that forward, and that should be our first pellet loaded. Now we haven't sighted this gun in. Our scope is set for 10 yards, which is it's actually about right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it 15 yards because in a minute we're going to move back to the beginning of the range. All right, I'm just going to make sure that there is a round is chambered. Whoa, there we go. And that's our first round out of this gun. Right, before we start shooting this, I'm going to charge it up a bit. Now, this gun has 180 bar in it, and the rear little thing has 100 bar. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge it up. The way you do that is you remove this little cap here, boom, boom, off there, okay? You then take your charging lead. In our case, it's from an old dive bottle. I'd recommend dive bottles. It's just so much easier than pumps and twatting around with stuff like that. Remember, you've got to use the correct charging mechanism, the correct air for these. You cannot use a normal compressor or a garage pump or anything like that, because a dive compressor strips out the water out of the actual air, and that means it protects the inside of the gun. If you use anything else with wet air, then what will happen is you'll put moisture in the gun and it compromises the actual structural integrity of the gun over a period of time due to rust. That was a mouthful. Right, this is a really, really nice click-on mechanism. Look at that. That is, you pull that little sleeve and it clicks in really nicely. Right, we're going to watch this and then we're going to turn this. Okay, there we go. It's going past 200. And we'll take it up to 250. And there it is, 250, good as, 250. Okay, we close off this here. We close off the dive bottle here, and then we release. This is very important. You have to release the pressure out of there. Otherwise, if you take that off with the pressure in, bang, it'll come off really fast. And then you can unclip it. That whole process takes, what, 6 or 8 seconds? Your gun's fully charged. I'm guessing this is good for 60 shots with a full charge. The magazine, I didn't count the rounds of the magazine. We'll let you know how many go in it just now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shoot this, see if we can get it on target, and yeah, see how accurate we can get it. Right, a couple of things to point out here. Right, firstly, this little safety is lovely, really nice. It's almost like a little AR safety. They're really, really nice. The mechanism here is beautiful. It's super smooth, lovely, lovely action, very easy. One thing I'll point out with the Hawk scopes, which is nice, is some of these, the scopes we get, you need a screwdriver or a coin or something to put, there's a little slot in the turret. These have really nice little graduated raised turrets with a little ring that you can grab hold of, and it's really actually nice. You can turn left or right, up and down, really easy to adjust, which is great. Well done, Hawk. Right, we've just been putting through a few rounds down range with the FX. And we've discovered some really interesting things. Okay, firstly, the magazine catch is here, and you just pull that back, roll the magazine out. Really nice. And when the magazine rolls in, you push it in, and then you roll it down a bit, and it clicks in. It's really crisp. It's very nice indeed. Now, one of the things I've noticed about this is the slightest error in your aim, any sway in the gun is exacerbated. I couldn't figure out why it's so different from a normal air gun. Now what it is that your hand is here and the barrel is here. This is where the barrel starts, here. So actually any movement at all is really exacerbated, and you have to this is a precision bit of kit, no question. But it's, in a way, it's less forgiving of any waver within the barrel than, say, a standard, let's say an HW85, where you've got a lot more gun sticking out in front of your hand, okay? This one, even though it looks like it's coming from here, the pellet, it's actually not. It's actually coming from here. And so any movement within that axis exacerbates it. Now, we're getting groups of 1-hole groups, 5-shot, 1-hole. Occasionally I've had a little flyer a few millimeters away. But I've noticed I've now put about 50 shots downrange with this gun, and it is a lot less forgiving than, say, a longer barrel gun. Having said that, it's also, when you get used to it, it's a lot more accurate. It really is a serious precision bit of kit. We were a little bit concerned. When we started, we thought it was the Hawk scope which actually had an issue, so we changed the Hawk scope to see if it was the scope, but it isn't. It's just the fact that it's so unforgiving within that axis. From here with the barrel here. And I'm not used to these. I know there's other PCPs that have this, the barrel starting here as opposed to here. I've never shot one, so it is actually a little bit different. Having said that, what a bit of kit, I love it. It's just insane. If you ever enter a field target competition and someone has these, you might want to enter a different category, I would say. Right, so we're going to put 5 down, see if we get them all through the same hole, and then we're going to go for a cup of tea. Right, so this is where I've been firing here. That's 8 rounds. Now 5 rounds went into that hole there, 4 rounds into there and 1 there. And the 2 here, this one and this one, I actually pulled those rounds. I actually know I pulled the rounds. So this gun will fire through the same hole every time, and this is 20, just over 20 yards. That is, I mean, take that away, and that's 5 rounds and there 6 rounds. As I said, I did pull those ones there. What's really interesting is we were getting better results with the Gamma Magnum than we're getting with the Jumbo Exact, the USB Jumbo Exact. So Gamma Magnum, this gun seems to prefer them. I just love it. It's just an absolute machine of a gun. It makes shooting easy. It sort of simplifies the whole process, and even an amateur shooter could be semi-professional with this thing. It really is a spectacular bit of kit. So this gun's from Sweden. It's loads of money, a couple of $1,000s, worth putting a good scope on it. Does take a bit of practice, a little bit different from your standard break barrel where you're getting ahead of all the actions ahead of your hand. But wow, what a bit of kit. I look forward to taking this out on the outside and seeing if we can shoot some pigeons or something. All right, that's all from us, and we'll see you next time.